Alright, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another Wuthering Waves video. So we're gonna go over pretty much, not in detail, but the kits and kind of what these characters do. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy, and yeah man, let's get to it. So Jinhsi, she's gonna be a 5-star spectral character, and she pretty much has the broad blade as a weapon. So if you don't know what that is, Kuro has it, Jian has it, right? So that's the weapon she uses. So level 1 to level 90, her stats is right here. So 10,825 for HP, attack 412, pretty high. Defense is 1258. That base attack is crazy, 412. So here's her skill upgrade cost right here, ascension level cost right here. So if you guys want to start farming, I think the only one that you can't get right now is that thing right there, I believe. Yeah, this is not in the game yet. I'm not sure about this. This might be in the game already, but yeah, these two pretty much, right? I'm question mark on that. But if it's in the game, hey, just farm it. So yeah, basic attacks, nothing special. She just deals spectral damage 4 times, right? And she has heavy attack, mid-air attack. So yeah, here's the percentages. Don't want to go in there so much. All right, so her resonant skill, which is her skill, she pretty much deals, consecutive strikes that inflict spectral damage. And she pretty much goes in this incarnation mode. So she has like a little mode. So yeah, so she goes in that mode, and all her skills and everything she does, she can do it in midair, right? So she can do her ultimate in midair too. I think she's like the only one that can do that at this point, right? So yeah, here's the pretty much the percentages right here if you guys want to check that out. Just remember, these are just like well, it's not speculation, but it's not 100% yet, right? Take this as a grain of salt. We still have pretty much until the 28th, until 1.1 comes out, and then just expect nerfs and buffs or whatever to these kits, changes, everything. So this is not even 100%. That's why I don't want to go over it in detail. So I'm pretty much giving you guys like a little bit of the rundown, right? So yeah, so moving on. Resonance, Liberation, Purge of Light. She pretty much casts spectral damage, right? If you didn't see the animations, go check it out, dude. This is awesome. So it can be cast in midair. So pretty much like all her stuff can pretty much be in midair. So she's gonna be like an aerial unit, right? But look at this, level 10, pretty much 500% plus 1,166%. That's gonna be a lot of damage, and her base attack already is high, so she's gonna be crazy. So her inherent skill is pretty much she buffs spectral damage, herself 20%. Her other inherent skill, her intro skill gains 50% additional damage. So she's just gonna dish out a lot of damage, dude. So yeah, her ultra skill, it pretty much reduces the cooldown of Eris and Unity. So what this kind of does, what I think pretty much it does, she has a stacking mechanic right here, 40 incandences. I don't even know if I'm saying that right. And pretty much all characters gain this, Eris of Unity. And when characters with Eris of Unity deal damage with an attribute, she gains 1 incandescence. So yeah, and then damage of the same attribute can provide up to 1 incandescence every 3 seconds. So what this is, when she goes in her incarnation mode, it pretty much changes everything. Her basic attack, her resonant skill, and her heavy attack, her dodges, everything. And then she goes into like another thing. It changes while she gets ordination glow. Pretty much, it says after stage 4 of incarnation basic attack. So after you do like 4 hits of her basic attack, seems like she goes into this other thing, and her heavy attack pretty much goes, no, her skill is replaced for a solar flare, which is like a big beam, bro. So, and this is what it pretty much consumes the incandescence stacks, and she can only hold up to 40. 40 seems like a lot, and depending on how much she has, it grants an additional damage multiplier percentage of star glamour, which is like her freaking hyper beam pretty much, right? So yeah, she's I don't I don't know, man. Like I don't see like man, I don't know, man. Does it say here? Like, cause 40 stacks, if you consume 40 stacks, I don't even know how these percentages is gonna go, but that seemed crazy. It seemed like she has to kind of like switch, right, to gain this incandescence stack, right? To get it faster, right? I'm pretty sure she can get it too, by herself by doing probably like her skills and stuff like that. I don't even see it in here to be honest. Um, but yeah, it seemed like she's gonna be damaged for sure. I don't know if I don't think she's gonna be main. She might be like a sub DPS, a big damaging sub DPS. But she could be main DPS too. One of those two. I'm not really entirely sure. Like, what's the best build, right? Because her percentage is high, and then just all this stuff that she goes into, man. Seems like she has to be on field pretty long. Seems like so she might be main DPS, but I'm not entirely sure. Just looking at this, from like for a couple minutes, yeah, she's gonna be crazy. I know that for a fact. But yeah, like I said, I don't want to get into it like deeply just because this might all change, right? So I don't want to like go through a deep dive and be like, yeah, this is how you should play her. This is how you should, build her, so I don't want to do that yet until we kind of see like their official kits, right? So yeah. So Changli, this is what I'm really excited about. So 5-star fusion character. So she uses, regular sword. Birthday June 6th, 2 days before mine. But yeah, level 1, level 90 right here. HP 10,387. Her attack is 462, bro. Defense 1,099. So upgrade costs right here. Ascension level costs right here. So these two I think you can get. So yeah, keep that in mind. All right. So yeah, her skill. So pretty much her resonant skill is the tripartite flames. I think that's how you call it. So pretty much releasing this skill, it rapidly attacks the enemy and you automatically go to true sight. So true sight lasts for 12 seconds, and at the end, Changli pretty much releases his plunging attack, deals fusion damage. And it seemed like it has 2 initial attempts and can be used up to 2 times. Then the number of attempts will increase by 1 every 12 seconds. So yeah. So pretty much in this state, she she pretty much everything changes. Her basic attack right here, right? And her basic attack charge, where her low heavy attack. So it all pretty much does fusion damage. And yeah, so when it ends, she just does a plunging attack, which yeah. So she's gonna be on field. Yeah, you're not gonna switch her out, bro. And then this is pretty much her percentages right here for it. So it seemed pretty decent, right? So Resident Liberation, deal fusion damage to nearby target, obtaining 4 stacks of enflamement, and it enters Fury Feather. So Fury Feather releases a heavy attack within 10 seconds. Her attack is increased by 25 per second. 25%, so 25 per second. Attack is increased by 25%, and after which Fury Feather ends. So yeah. So it's just pure damage. And look at her level 10. It's literally 212%. It's yeah, she's gonna be a monster, bro. Jinhsi and her is gonna be crazy, dude. Pretty much I feel like Changli is just in your face. Nothing really like she's not gonna be very, how should I say? I feel like she's not gonna be like she's gonna be cut and dry, it seems like, right? She goes in this true sight and she just deals damage, right? Her ultimate also deals damage. So nothing really crazy, right? So inherit skill right here, True Sight Conquest basic attack. Charge for each stack. Changli fusion damage increased by 5%, right? So how many stacks is I don't see it here. And one of the things with her too, her other skill, her fusion damage is increased by 20%, and she ignores 15% of the target's defense when dealing damage. That's crazy. So whenever she releases a heavy attack called Flaming Sacrifice and her Resonance Liberation, which is ultimate, she pretty much is increased 20%, and it lowers 15% of like the defense of a enemy. So yeah, she's like, if you play games like this before, the ignore defense is just calls out just a lot of damage, you know. 15% might not seem like a lot, but just remember she enhances her damage too. So yeah, it's gonna be crazy. So intro skill. So she pretty much appears in midair, attacks the target, and enters True Sight. So like I said, True Sight is her bread and butter. She goes into this state and she just does damage, bro. And she does have one support capability, which when she uses her outro skill, the switch and resonator, fusion damage is increased by 20%, and the liberation ultimate pretty much damage is increased by 25%. You know, it only lasts 10 seconds, but if you do switch to another resonator, it does it ends the effect. So pretty much whoever you switch to will gain this fusion damage bonus. So you can pair up to Encore, seems like, right? Encore could be like your sub DPS or whatever, and then you can switch out and she just gains, you know, more of a buff, right? And oh yeah, here we go. So it's 4 stacks of inflamement. So where is that? Yeah, so each stack of inflamement. So 4 stacks, so that's 20%. So she's oh my gosh, dude. She's just 20% here, another 20% here, dude. So 20% here pretty much is stack up to 4 times, another 20% here, and a 15% ignore defense. Dude, she's gonna be crazy, dude. Just reading, just going like briefly going through it, dude. It's it's a wrap, dude. So you obtain stacks by every basic attack on hit, or yeah. So so she gets a stack by just hitting you and charge attack or her ultimate. So she's gonna get these stacks no matter what. So it's nothing you can do. You know, it's she's gonna be on field. You really don't need to really worry about much. Like Jinhsi, I feel like takes some more of like somewhat of skill, because you kind of got to do a lot of things to get to where she needs to be to do max damage. Jinhsi, right? She has that stack of mechanic that's like 40 stacks. You got to switch out characters to kind of gain these stacks too, to get more stacks. She has this incarnation state. Then after that, she goes into another little illuminous epiphany state, which kind of changes her even more. She gains the hyper beam, and yeah, Jinhsi is gonna be more complicated, right? Changli is gonna be more cut and dry, right? Changli main DPS for sure. Jinhsi, I think main DPS, sub DPS, along those lines, right? She's gonna be more like you got to set her up, right? Changli, you don't even have to do. You just go in there, do true sight, and then you good to go, baby. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, man. It's a little breakdown of their kits. And yeah. I'll see you guys in the next one.